Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over a many quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door. "Only this, and nothing more." Distinctly I remember, it was a bleak December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow, vainly I had sought to borrow from my books a keys of sorrow, sorrow for my lost Lenore, for the rare and radiant maiden whom the angels name Lenore, nameless here forevermore. And in the silken, sad, uncertain rustling of each purple curtain filled me with fantastic terrors never felt before, so that now, in still beating of my heart, I stood repeating, "'Tis some visitor entertaining the entrance of my chamber door, some late visitor entertaining the entrance of my chamber door. This is it, and nothing more." Presently my soul grew stronger, hesitating then no longer. "Sir," said I, "or madam, truly your forgiveness I implore, but the fact is I was napping, and so gently you came rapping, so faintly you came tapping at my chamber door, that I scarce was stirred to hear you. Here I opened wide the door. Darkness there, and nothing more." Deepening into the darkness, peering, long I stood there wondering, peering, doubting, dreaming no dreams no mortal man had ever dared to dream before. But the silence was so unbroken, and the darkness gave no token, and the only word that was spoken was the whispered word, "Lenore." This I whispered, and echo murmured back in the word, "Lenore." Merely this, and nothing more. Back into the chamber turning, all my soul within me burning, soon again I heard a tapping, somewhat louder than before. "Surely," said I, "surely there is something at my window. Lettice, let me see, and what threat is, and the mystery explore. Let my heart be still a moment, and this mystery explore. 'Tis the wind, and nothing more." Open here I flung the shutter when the many a flutter, and stepped a stately raven of stately days of yore. Not least absence made he, not a moment stopped or stayed he, but when a mine of lord or lady perched above my chamber door, perched upon the bust of Pallas, just above my chamber door, perched and sat, and nothing more. Then this ebony bird beguiled my sad fancy into smiling, but the grave and stern decorum of my countenance it wore. "Through thy crest be shorn and shaven, thou," I said, "art, sir, no craven, ghastly grim, or ancient raven, wandering from the nightly shore. Tell me the lordly name of the night's Pentolium shore." Quoth the raven, "Nevermore." Much I marveled this ungainly fowl of here discourse so painfully, that its answer little meaning, little relevance bore, where he cannot help agreeing to no living human being ever yet was blessed with seeing the bird above his chamber door, bird or beast upon the sculptured bust above his chamber door, with such a name as Nevermore. But the raven sitting lonely, in placid bust spoke only that one word of its soul that one word he did outpour, nothing farther than he uttered, not a feather did he flutter, till I scarcely more than muttered, other friend have flown before, on the morrow he will leave me, as my hope have flown before. Then the bird said, nevermore. Startled, and then stillness broke me by reply, and adaptly spoken, doubtless, said I, what it utters is only stock and store, caught from more unhappy master, whom unmercifully disaster followed fast and following faster, till the songs of one burden bore, till the dangers of the hope and melancholy burden bore, of nevermore. But the raven still beguiling my sad fancy into smiling, straight I wheeled and cushioned seat in front of the bird, and bussed a door. Then upon the evelyn sinking, I betook myself to linking fancy upon to fancy, thinking of the ominous bird of yore. What this grin, ungainly, ghastly, gaunt, and ominous bird of yore meant in croaking, nevermore. This I sat engaged, in guessing, but no syllable expressed, to the foul and weary eyes, now burning into the bosom core, and more I sat drivelling, with my head of ease reciling, and the cushion's velvet linking, and lamp-post gloating o'er, but whose velvet violin linking, and the lamp-light glowing o'er, she shall press, nevermore. Then methought the air grew denser, preferred with the unseen censer, swung by Serphin, whose foot falls, tinkling on the tinted floor. Wretch, I cried, thy God hath lent thee, by the angels he hath sent thee, respite, respite, in the nef of the enormous Lenore, quoth and quoth for kindness thee, and forgot the lost Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still, if bird or devil, whether temptress sent, or whether temptress tossed thee above or shore, dislet or you undaunted, but the desert land enchanting, but the home by horror haunted, tell me truly, I implore, is there blame in guilt? Tell me, I implore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still, if bird or devil by the haven bends above us, but the God of we both adore, tells the soul is sorrow laden if, within the desolate Aiden of shall grasp the desolate maiden whom the angels name Lenore, clasp and rare and radiant maiden who the angels name Lenore. The raven, nevermore. By the word of sign, a pattering bird of fiend, I shrieked, upsetted, get thee back into the tempest of the night's plutonium shore, leave us black plumb, and the token that they lie, and salt hath spoken. Let my loneliness unbroken, quit the bust above my door, take the beak up out of my heart, and take thy form from out of my door. Quoth the raven, nevermore. And the raven, never flittering, still is sitting on the pallid bust of Pallas, just above my chamber door. And his eyes have all seemed of a demon's that is dreaming, the lamplight o'er him still steaming, thrown the shadow of the floor, and my soul out of the shadow that lies floating on the floor shall be